Hey everybody, this is your host Kevin Davison for Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 69. And this week's episode is going to be one guest, newbie. I just met this lady about a month ago or so.
Yeah.
Through one of our mutual friends, Carrie Jo Woodling. Hi, Carrie Jo. And sponsored one of her events, and now we're doing some other things together, and I'm teaching for you in a month or so. So this is April Freese.
Yes.
So introduce yourself to everybody, who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm April Freese, and I'm a real estate agent with Realty Associates. I also, right here in Houston and the surrounding areas, I also am the Director of Agent Experience for our company. And so I help our company grow, both in agent count and in market share.
Awesome. So let's learn a little bit about April before we get into the really good stuff. So how long have you been an agent?
33 years.
I think you might win the prize. Wow.
The prize for, am I your most
tenure.
experienced?
Yeah, longest tenure. And if you've been an agent for 33 years and you're only 26 years old, what does that say?
Thank you so much, Kevin. It says you're very sweet.
Thank you. Why did you become a real estate agent?
Well, I got into the business because the guy who built my house said that I would be good in real estate. I was 25, I guess, and I certainly didn't believe that. So anyway, I said, okay, well, I'll go take the classes. I'll check it out and see how successful I can be.
And apparently you were, because you're still here.
That's right. So I started in the business very young. I was one of the youngest in the business at that time and had a lot of mentorship at the company that I was with, a lot of good training, and ended up being a successful real estate agent for 18 years. And then I went into management, real estate management, and started helping other agents learn and grow their own business.
Oh, okay. So you were basically a mentor for other agents.
I was a branch manager for a couple of different of the large brokers. So yes, I guess you call that mentorship as well. And then got into coaching, doing real estate coaching after that.
And now you're with Realty Associates.
I am with Realty Associates.
Tell us a little bit about Realty Associates.
So we've been in business since the 80s, very strong company. And facing the agent, it is, we have great broker support. We have 7-day-a-week broker support. It is a company that our agents keep most of their money. So it is transaction fee based. So when an agent brings in their gross commission income, we take a flat commission amount or a flat fee amount.
Is the flat fee based on a percentage or based on the sale price, or how's that work?
It's based on the sales price.
Okay.
That's how that one works. And we are in the greater Houston market, so we have 6 offices all around Houston.
Okay.
We have over 1,200 agents, so we're very big.
Yeah, I think when I was in property management, I think I taught at almost every one of the offices.
At Realty Associates?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I specifically remember the Katy office.
Okay.
Going to Katy a lot. Your office, by the way, that we have here in Sugar Land's new, correct?
Yes, it is. So we just opened that office a few months ago, and it's on Sugar Creek Boulevard in the Lucid private offices. And then I also manage the office in Katy, and in Katy we're at 411 Park Grove.
Okay. What, besides the percentage-based fee and the mentoring, is there anything else that sets you guys apart from the rest of the brokerages?
Well, we're big.
We're big.
So I think that definitely our culture sets us apart. We have a very strong culture of producing agents. We do take new agents as well, and we offer a mentor program for the new agents, and that gives our seasoned agents who like to mentor new agents kind of an extra source of income. Yeah.
So you hook up new agents with experienced agents to help the new agents get along in their career in the
That's
beginning.
right. That's right.
Okay. What are some of the things that are coming up with Realty Associates or with you in the next 30 to 60 days?
So, Realty Associates, we are focused on having enough CE for our agents so that they're learning, especially and staying ahead of the curve, especially as the NAR settlement is kind of, headed in that direction. So we just hosted an accredited buyer representation class at NRL Mortgage. Plug.
Yeah.
And you were a sponsor, Kevin,
I
Stuart
was,
Title.
yes. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. And then we offer CE in each one of our 6 offices once a month. And so that's what we have coming up. That'll be all the way through next year. So at the beginning of the year, we launch into making sure our agents have some business planning, and we also have some tax preparation classes for them as well.
And we also have upcoming on October 30th, me.
Oh, yes. Kevin will be teaching a Google business class.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a very popular class.
That's right.
So I taught agents agents why you should be using video to brand yourself for one of the other Stuart Hall offices. And before I left, they scheduled the Google My Business class.
Nice.
So
well, we can't wait.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting more of your agents, and hopefully you guys will like it enough to where we can go into 2025.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I like to get it scheduled a year out, at least like for the marketing pieces, the things that help our agents like support their business. And then we sprinkle in the required CE throughout the year.
It's required, so you have to. So come on.
That's right. You have to take some of it, and then the rest is really just helping support the rest of their business.
So let's talk a little bit about April Freese and her own business, realty business.
Okay.
So you've been an agent for over 30 years. I mean, you've probably seen it all, right? So what kind of agent do you like to be? Do you prefer buyers, sellers? Are you like investors? What kind of agent do you like to be?
I like them all.
Well, we do.
So I love working with buyers because, even if it's somebody who's moving up, they only do this maybe once or twice in their lifetime. So people don't really know all the ins and outs. So making sure that they're up to date on what's happening in the real estate market, making sure that they get the best deal possible through helping them negotiate terms that are necessary for them. And then, of course, I love listings. Like sellers are great to work with because they're usually, moving out of the area, maybe move up buyers. So really helping them formulate a plan to help them get where they're going in the right amount of time for them.
And with your 30 years of experience, you probably answer any question they have. You got a vendor for every issue that comes up.
Well, we know we have title.
Yeah, of course you do now. I know you'll help anybody pretty much in the Houston and surrounding area, but is there a part of town that is your favorite that you consider to be an expert?
So I would say I love the Heights. And so when I first moved to Houston, that's where I lived. I also have an aunt who's lived there for 20 years. And I just love that. I like to be able to walk, right? I like everything to be within walking distance. So I really love the Heights because of that. Yeah, everything.
What is the price point for a typical 3-2 in the Heights? I'm guessing it's a lot more expensive than over here.
Probably about $550,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it true that a lot of people will buy? Because in the Heights, there's a lot of houses that have been there since the 30s and 40s and 50s. Is it true that people will buy those houses, tear them down, and then rebuild a new house right in that same spot?
Yes, I have seen that. Yes, multiple times.
What is the benefit of that?
Well, if somebody doesn't like an older home, they want the new construction. That would be the benefit. Just, once a house reaches 60 years, it's considered past its effective age. I've even seen in the tax records where the appraisal district is starting to show the lot is more expensive than the house. So, not wanting to do maintenance. I mean, people do like newer homes.
What'd you say, past its something age? What does that mean?
It's effective age.
Effective age.
So that's like an appraisal term. So effective age is 60 years. It has been as long as I've been in the business. And so once it reaches that 60-year mark, then it starts to depreciate.
I got to look at my house then.
Once the land starts creeping up to the house value, that's when you have to go, oh, wait. But yeah, that's not unique to the Heights either.
No. Because the reason I said that is because my house was built in '78.
Oh yeah, okay.
It doesn't look like it was built in '78 because I've remodeled it, but it was built in '78. So 88, 98, 2000. That's 40. Wow, got to move soon.
It's barely younger than me.
It's barely younger than you. Well, I'm only 1 year off of you.
Okay.
So I might look like I'm 26, but
You do.
I'm not.
You do. Mm-hmm.
I'm not. So let's talk real quick for a couple minutes about, if you've been around for 30-something years, I'm sure most of your business has been from referrals, right?
Yes.
Do you do anything right now to market your business?
Yes,
What do you do?
absolutely. So I am from Louisiana.
No.
And so, being in business that long and in the real estate market there, I forged a lot of relationships with real estate agents in Louisiana. So even today, just right before I walked in here, one of our agents from our Lake Charles market called and said, I have a buyer who's looking for land in the Conroe area. Can you give me a call? And we'll get that information over so I can start helping them.
There you go.
So yeah, building those realtor relationships. A lot of times when we think about referrals, it's like from past clients, which is great, friends and family, but don't forget those other realtors that you know that live in other markets.
Yeah, a lot of agents kind of find having relationships with agents that they're not friends with or colleagues with as like competition, and you shouldn't think of it that way, especially if they're in a different market.
That's right. That's right.
What about, I know you told me not to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What about the future? What are you going to plan on doing marketing-wise that you're not doing now in the future?
I'd love to get better at video. So
that's my specialty.
like this makes me uncomfortable, but I'm glad to get out of my comfort zone. And
She's going to call me tomorrow and want to be back on the podcast. Watch.
So, yeah, just, knowing what to say and having that resonate with other people is probably the biggest challenge with talking, video, talking on camera when somebody's not asking you the questions.
Right.
So, yeah, getting better at doing video marketing.
You need to be able to record a video on a whim. The agents' biggest problems, because I teach agents how to do this stuff, their biggest issue is they overthink everything and they try and do the perfect video. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. People, you know this, you've been around for 30 years. People don't do business with people unless they know, like, and trust them. How are they going to know, like, and trust you if they don't see the real you?
Well, this is true. And when video first started kind of coming on the scene back in 2011, 2012, yes, it's that long ago, there were some products out there. I don't want to, Bomb Bomb was one of those products. And, I had agents who were on a lead team, and we were trying to train them to use that to respond to leads that came in from the internet. And they would always say, but I don't know like how I look. And it's like, well, you're going to have to meet this person at some point, and they're going to see what you look like. So you have to get past that for sure. So I heard you say I teach agents this. So is that our next class?
It can be.
All right.
I mean, I have a class that's called Agents Use Video to Brand Yourself.
Awesome.
So,
We're booking it.
I don't teach them how to use YouTube. I teach agents why you should be using video, what it should be about, what should be on it, where to put it, and why you should be doing it. So, video is the number one way to market anything today across the board, not just in real estate, in any industry. Google's the number one search engine. What's the number two?
Facebook?
It's not a search engine.
Well, this is true. So what's the number two?
I just told you. YouTube. The difference between
Okay.
YouTube and
I got
Google
it.
is the answers you get are in the form of video.
This is true.
So you can go on YouTube and search, how do I use my iPhone to delete a message?
And it
There's
gives you a
videos
video.
on there how to do it. So the easiest and quickest way to get your name and your face and your voice out there is to do video. And so it's, believe me, it works. We're doing a podcast video on it. So, and I literally tell agents, I teach them, I said, if you're not doing this, your competition is. If you go on Facebook and look, people are doing video.
Yeah, so it's always in my feed, right? Some sponsored video.
And it doesn't have to be. What I teach agents how to do educational videos about things that people would come to an agent to fix. I call them pain points. So what's the difference between being pre-approved and pre-qualified? If I'm buying a brand new house, why in the world do I got to get it inspected? It's brand new.
Right.
What questions should I ask an agent when trying to hire one? These are things that people come to you and say, this is my pain point, this is my issue, I need you to help me fix it. Well, if you do a 30-second to a 1-minute video about that topic, you don't finish the thought, you don't give them everything they need in the video, just a little hook, and then you do 50 to 100 of those and put them on YouTube and social media, people find them, they're like, she must know what she's talking about, look at all this stuff. Next thing you know, your phone's ringing.
Well, that sounds like a great class.
So
Kevin, thank you for giving me those nuggets.
I can teach you the class, or we can meet one-on-one, and I will teach you how to do it.
Okay.
So even though you got a lot more experience in real estate than I do, I'm still the marketing guy.
That's right.
So
That's right.
why don't we tell everybody, are you currently looking for real estate agents to grow Realty Associates?
So most definitely. So we are always looking for new agents to join the company. Those can be brand new licensees. They can be experienced agents. So definitely looking for both.
Okay. How do they get a hold of you for that?
So you can call me, April Freese. My phone number is area code 504-316-9640. That's my cell phone. I can read out my email address. It's a little
Please,
long. April at realtyassociatestex.com. So those are two ways that you can get a hold of me if you want more information about joining Realty Associates.
And is that the same way they would get a hold of you if someone wanted to help them buy or sell a house?
Absolutely.
Okay, give them the phone number one more time.
504-316-9640.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the podcast. I know you were very nervous about it earlier. No problem. See, look at this. We're at 18 minutes. We're going to go for another 30.
Kevin made this easy.
So if you guys are looking for a really, really experienced agent that has pretty much done it all and seen it all, and she is also one of the leaders at Realty Associates now in the Houston area, give her a call, April Freese. Give them the phone number one more time.
504-316-9640.
Thank you very much. And you guys, this has been episode number 69 of my podcast, Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. I always want to thank Jennifer Smitis, the area president, and Devin, Caitlin Cornick here in the Sugar Land office, and now Kate Cannon over in my Richmond office, the new escrow officer, for the support, our assistants, our staff, our funders. I couldn't do the podcast without them. And as I always say, if you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Wayne County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and we'll get you on the schedule. And as always, if you are looking for a title company and you're not using Stewart Title, shame on you. Until next week, we'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Say bye.
Thank you, Kevin. Bye.
Bye.